Welcome, friends, to this series of learning Google Cloud Platform networking series. In this lecture, we will see how we can install a MySQL database inside a VM instance, which was created in a secure private network and have no external IP assigned. So, are you excited to have this experience? I'm sure you'll be delighted to have this learning. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do it right now. This will help you to watch when the new videos will be available. Also, please hit the notification button so that you can get notified too. Friends, in earlier lecture, we created a VM instance named DBVM inside a secure private network named DB Private GA in Central 1 region. Also, we created a NAT gateway and mapped that NAT gateway to DB Private GA subnet so that DBVM can get internet access. If you have missed that video lecture, you can go through them right now, and we are providing the links in the description below. Now, in this lecture, we will now be going to install a MySQL database, and we'll create a table and insert sample data inside it. So let's get started. Welcome, friends. So this is our Google Cloud Web Console. And as you can see, we are having two instances, instance 1 and DBVM, and both are in US Central Region, but they're in different subnets. So DBVM is in the DB private subnet and instance 1 in a different subnet than this one, but both are in the same VPC US Asia. But instance 1 in US Central GA subnet can be accessible through SSH port from the outside world. So anyone can connect to this instance 1 with its external IP, and that is only to SSH port. But no one outside the world can reach to DBVM. Only the users in instance 1 can reach to DBVM through SSH port. So if you have watched these videos, you can understand how we have developed this kind of situation to protect our DBVM. If you have missed those videos, we can recommend you to watch them back and come here to understand like how we have developed these security measure over there. So first we will connect to instance 1, and then we will connect to DBVM from instance 1, and then we will install this MySQL database in this DBVM. So I have connected to this project in the Google Cloud Shell. Now, what I will do, I will just check what are my compute instances listed in this project. So if I say G-Cloud compute instances list, I get the list. So now I'm going to connect to instance 1, which is in US Central 1 C zone. So I will be connected to instance 1. And from there, I'm just going to connect to DBVM. So, friends, both of these instances are having Ubuntu OS with Debian core. So I have connected to DBVM, which is and it's a E2 micro spot instance. So it is not recommended to install the DB in such a kind of micro server, but sake of simplicity, I'm just having a very lightweighted database going to be installed. So I'm just okay with that. But in a production environment, definitely you should choose a larger memory VM instance for a database. So first and foremost, what I will just go to root, and then I'm just going to install the MySQL server. So apt install MySQL server, and it is asking whether I want to continue or not. So it started to install the MySQL, and it will be installed in a minute. So you can see MySQL D is installed and the login is started, and you can see everything is successful. So I I, I can see that MySQL is installed successfully, MySQL server on my DB I can run my MySQL secure installation, which will help me to provide some kind of guidance for the passwords and the credentials. So it is saying that a valid password component can be used to test password, and it is asking a strength of the password whether you are going to use. So if I say yes, it will start validating. Now here you can say low, medium, strong. So if it is low, then the password should be greater than or equal to 8 characters. But if it is medium, it is adding these requirements like mixed case, special character, etc., etc. If it is strong, then it should be having numeric, mixed case, special character, and dictionary file. So I'm okay with the low one. So then it is asking for remove anonymous users. So I can say yes. And then it is asking disallow root logging, but I need the root logging. So don't I don't want to disallow. So I say no. And then it is skipping. And then by default, MySQL comes to the database name test. So do you want to have it over there or remove the test database? So I don't want to remove the test database. I'm fine with that. So I'm saying no. And reload privileges tables now. I say yes. And it's all done. Now let us check whether the MySQL service is up and running or not. If I say systemctl start MySQL services, then I will going to start that one. But before doing that, maybe I can say I need to check the status of MySQL dot service. So you can say it's already active and running, but if you see in your screen that it is stopped, then you can say systemctl start MySQL service. So that will help you to start MySQL server. So now, first and foremost thing, we will check if I can see any MySQL service. So I can see it is running by MySQL user ID, and so my MySQL server is up and running. Okay, so now I can go and connect to these MySQL. So what I can say, MySQL minus U, and user is root. So once I type that, I'm connected to the root. So if I try to check what are the databases are there, I will say show databases. So by default, information schema, performance schema, my frequencies, all these are metadata kind of databases are installed over there. So I am okay with that. Now I can create one new database, and this database called create database hello world. But before that, let me set the root password, and maybe I can say the password should be password. So what I will say, alter user root localhost identified with MySQL native password by password. And also along with that, I will create a user called user1, and I will provide the same password. Okay. And I can provide all these privileges available in MySQL to these new users. So what I will say, grant all privileges on start to user1 with grant option. And now, well, I will connect to that user so I can exit from here. I will say MySQL, my user is user1 and password is PASSWORD. So if I do so, I will be connected with the user1 user. So now I can try to create one database called Hello World, and the database is created. Now, how I can connect to this Hello World database? It's use Hello World. Now, the database we have already connected to Hello World database. Now, I will create a table called Hello World table. And then I'm going to insert our data into these Hello World table. So if I do so, I can say there is a column called message. Select asterisk from Hello World table. I will say this Hello World message. Now I'm going to exit from here. Thank you, friends, for watching this video. We from the Learning Live team congratulate you on completing this video. In this lecture, we saw how we can install a MySQL database inside a VM instance which was created in a secure private network and have no external IP assigned. In the upcoming lecture, we will see how we can access the same database created in DBVM instance, but remotely from the VM, which is located in a completely different subnet, US Central GA. So stay tuned. Wish you all the best and good luck. Before leaving here, please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. We worked a lot to present you such a beautiful thing. So please encourage us by putting your comments in the comment section. If you have any doubt, please leave your concerns and we will reply with our best efforts. Have a nice day and see you in the next lecture.